Morning. Good morning, guests and fellow Toastmasters. A warm welcome to meeting number 268, the Gabbys Toastmaster Club. I am Chaitra Lakshmi Narayan, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. As a Sergeant at Arms, it's my duty to highlight some key points for the meeting. The meeting is blocked for 2 hours, also urging you to stay for the entire duration to get the maximum benefits of it. Your video should be on and the audio should be off, and unmute yourself when you are called to speak or need to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restriction on speaking on these topics, at the Gabbys Toastmaster Club, we request all speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Our club mission: we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop and communicate and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Let me now hand over the stage to the presiding officer for today, Saurav Datta. To give a small brief introduction about our presiding officer for today, DTM Saurav Datta is a two-time distinguished Toastmaster who has completed all 11 Toastmasters pathway with over 20 years of leadership experience at HP, Target, and JC Penney. He is seasoned expert in analytics, strategy, and marketing. Now a social entrepreneur, he co-founded Practive in 2020 to support students, MSMEs, nonprofits, and women entrepreneurs. A proud father and a lifelong learner, Saurav is passionate about empowering others through learning and leadership. Over to you, DTM Saurav Datta.
Thank you. Am I audible? Am I visible? Can someone please confirm? Yes. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Chaitra, for the warm introduction. So before I start with the presiding officer's address, let me first welcome our guest today. We have got Harshal. He's a guest. He's doing CA articleship. Harshal, why don't you come on stage and give a quick introduction about yourself for the benefit of the audience that we have here. So we have got people both online and offline. So this is for the online audience.
Hi everyone, I'm Harshal. I'm originally from Goa and currently based in Bangalore, where I'm pursuing my CA articleship at EY. This is my first Toastmasters meeting, and I'm really excited to see how it works.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Harshal. Thank you. Okay. I think it's very important that CAs attend Toastmaster because we also need to understand, what are the kind of taxes we are paying, how are they managing our finance. So, and then the Gabbys is probably one of the best places for CAs. When a general evaluator today is a CA, our VP membership is a CA. We have got a bunch of CAs in our bunch of CAs in the club. So thank you so much, all the chartered accountants who have joined the Gabbys to make this a club full of people who understand finance and not people like me only who know how to make money, don't know how to keep account of money. So anyways, we are going to move ahead with the meeting. So I have the pleasure of announcing that yet again the Gabbys has raised the flag high at the area contests. So in area B1, the Gabbys has won both the international speech contest and the evaluation speech contest. In area B2, we have also got Toastmaster Gauri Agarwal, who has who has won the international speech contest. She came first in the international speech contest and came the second runner-up in the evaluation speech contest. Can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Gauri and all the contestants of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi, and yours truly. So we got all an opportunity to participate and contest at the area level, and we are extremely privileged that this is something that we are doing for the 6th year, and this is what makes this journey very spectacular. You know, when I look around, I see contestants who I've seen before, or like good speakers, great champion material. I've seen them in district contests. This one thing which keeps on changing about them. Can anyone tell me what changes about these people that I've noticed? Any guesses? Every year, they get better, and their club gets become different. They don't come from the same club. So these champion material have become like IPL players. You know, so they are out there in the market, and clubs go around looking for them. They catch hold of them. I don't know what they pay to buy them. Definitely not money, or probably money. I don't know. But they catch hold of them. I see this champion is contesting from Club A this year and Club B this year, the next year. And that is what we say, you know, they go for champion shopping. I'm very proud to say Gabbys has never gone for champion shopping. We have never imported a champion from outside of Gabbys and said, okay, this year you are going to be Gabbys. No, we have nurtured champions from this. What is the result of that? The result is that we have got more than 15 members in the last 6 years who we have groomed from this level to this level. Let me take the example of Toastmaster Gauri. Gauri joined us as a speech crafter. As a speech crafter, she did not know the difference between what is a prepared speech and what is an impromptu speech. This is not something that I've heard. This is what I experienced because I was her mentor in the speechcraft program. So I had to start from there. What is a prepared speech? What is an impromptu speech? What is a hand gesture? What is vocal variety? How much to speak? How much not to speak? When to stop? All of these things, that's where we started. And today that girl is at the 2nd year that she's contesting at the area level. And both these times she has been, she has done a podium finish. Now you can always say, okay, Gauri was individually brilliant. How do we know that is Gauri's own credentials, own talent, and not the Gabbys? But then what do you see if I say the same thing happened with Samita, the president of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters, or Smruti Sagarika Mohanty, the ex-president of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters, or Chitrakshi Vij, who was her past member. She had to discontinue because of her personal reason, but the same story. Or Nancy Goyal, or Aparna Raja. Each of them have the same story. So 15 people cannot be a coincidence. 15 people, if they have done it, it means that there's something that we do organically here which works well. And I'll tell you what we do. Quality meetings. That's what helps because this is the foundation. Speaking is like going for a workout. You have to show up every day. You'll have to go and do your cardio every day. You have to do weights every day. And every day you stand in front of the mirror, you will not see a Hrithik Roshan or a Shah Rukh Khan in front of you. You'll still see yourself. Fat, bulky, with a bulge. Right? No six packs, only 0 pack. But still you have to go back the next day. Right? And that is what speaking is like. And that's what we do here every single Saturday and every Tuesday. So thank you so much, all of you who are doing this every week, because you are doing this with this diligence and this discipline, that we are getting the benefit of it. One of the things that you will witness today is the evaluations. And evaluation is the hallmark of Toastmaster. And we take it so seriously in Toastmaster that we have seen people implementing those evaluations not only at the club meeting, but even at the district contests. So this year, last year, the district second runner-up, the evaluation she was given by a Gabbys member, she implemented on the stage itself in the district. She made a change in her speech within 10 minutes before the speech was delivered based on the evaluation she received. That is the power of a Gabbys evaluation. So people who are in the Gabbys, you're in the right place. And I can guarantee you that the growth that you will see is remarkable and people will notice. And this will impact you not only in your journey in Toastmaster, but much beyond Toastmaster, because that's our goal. With this, I would now want to get the meeting started. And for that, I have I've got to invite the Toastmaster of the day. Now, again, as I always say that we are very privileged. Okay, before that, I've got one more announcement to make. We have got two new members joining us today. One of them has just messaged me. In fact, that's how I remembered. So one is Toastmaster Vidhi Karnal. Vidhi Karnal is from Citigroup. She's an investment banker. And the other person is Toastmaster Kritika Kumari. She's from Mercedes-Benz. And she's a data engineer. So as I take a lot of pride in the fact that Gabbys is not a club of wannabe professionals, but true achievers who by their own professional achievement are something that we look up to. So each one in Gabbys is an inspiration. Basavara sitting here, one of our speakers, I don't want to steal the thunder, but he works on really cool stuff, AI in car, automation, and so on, right? Things that we only read about in articles. He works on that on a daily basis. So cool people doing cool stuff, join our cool club. Thank you so much, all of you. And with this, the Toastmaster of the day just barged into the room. So she kind of hit the ground running. So let me introduce her. Again, a big time achiever, someone that I really look up to, Toastmaster Chaitra Lakshminarayan. She's a compliance lawyer. Okay, if that word does not itself freak you out, then you're extremely brave. Because the moment I see the word lawyer, I get scared. She's a compliance lawyer and a professional Kathak dancer. Whenever she can steal a moment, she's a bird watcher, a proud mother of a beautiful newborn daughter, Olive. Now, another thing about Chaitra's husband is a cricketer, and she takes a lot of pride in that. He used to put that in the introduction earlier, but now I don't know why she's not putting it. And the other thing is that she will be talking about something which is very relevant. This is another thing that sets apart the Gabbys meetings. Today, we're going to talk about the global economic disorder, the oil, things that we really want to talk about. You have a chance to talk about it today. Thanks to Chaitra. Welcome, Chaitra. Thank you.
Sorry for the
Yeah. I have to take this one. Can you help her with the mic, Nancy?
All right, am I audible? Okay.
Yeah.
It's just that I wanted my introduction to be really brief. So I thought I'll just take out as much as possible. So I thought it's easier to kick my husband off the spotlight. So I took that opportunity to kick him out. Nothing more. So yes, here I'm to talk about the energy shock. Okay, let me take it this way. Imagine I have a map here. I'm holding a map here. And visualize a map. And I'm sure most of you all know globally where we are located and everything. And then let's go towards the west from Asia. You all know what's happening around the globe. I'm just giving you a glimpse. You know very well, for those who don't know about it, we keep hearing about Iran is taking everything. There's a blast. Iran is causing a blast. Boom, there's a blast. Again, next day morning, Dubai is attacked. UAE is attacked. Oh my God, what's happening around? This is what? Well, how come Iran is occupying so much of our mind? How come Iran is taking all the space in our mind? Isn't it a small place? Isn't it geographically very tiny country in itself? Is our presumption. But when you're going back to the map, Asia, go west, you see a square. In the square, you have all of the countries, the West Asian countries. It could be your UAE or it could be any other countries. Right on there, you have a chunk. And the chunk is nothing but Iran. It's that big. But we presume it to be too tiny, but they are massive. The amount of control that they hold is geographically so strong. They are gatekeeper. Now, in the square, because the majority of Earth is Iran and you have Asia beside it, if you would want to move to the other Western countries, You have to move through the gatekeeper. And if you would want Asian countries, you have to move through the gatekeeper. That's how massive the place, and that's how massive the power that Iran holds. If you see in this curve that I was talking about, this square, again going back to our imagination, the square, there's Iran holding major and the other West Asian countries. The curve is made in such a way. Imagine a volcano. You will know how a volcano looks like, right? Usually you will see it starts low, it's a peak, and then a dip. In this square. So the curve is designed like a volcano is the Strait of Hormuz, the one that we are all hearing right now. Now, the way the volcano eruption that's happening right now worldwide, there's so much of things happening, and you'll be wondering, it's just a strait, the Persian Gulf. Why is there so much of noise about a strait? But what's happening right now? It's becoming a choking point there. So massive in itself, because right above it, one fine day in the month of February, what happened is there was a loud announcement that was, put up. The announcement was, now we declare that no ships can pass through the Strait of Hormuz. And if a ship passes through this, they will be struck. That was the announcement that they heard. There were a lot of ships there, and they started stranded. They were all stranded there on sea, who all wanted to take up the volcano, pass through this Strait of Hormuz, and get out and enter into the other eastern part of the countries. Now, because of this announcement, large number of ships are there, stranded on the sea, and they're not able to surpass this because of the fear that Iran is going to strike them. This is all that has been happening. And why is Israel and US making such loud noise about is because Iran is hooking up something tiny there, okay? They're doing something. And what is that something? Can you hear me? Am I audible now? Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for responding. All right. So you all heard me till what's happening in Iran. Thank you so much, TTM Nancy. And them cooking something. What they are cooking is nothing but a nuclear weapon. Who's going to keep quiet? You can cook anything else. Serve a biryani. We are all happy to come and eat. But if you're cooking a nuclear weapon and using the sea and the spot to do all your experiment, it's going to cause a concern. That is how Israel and USA is coming ahead and saying, no, we're not going to let you do that. And that's how this is happening. Now, let me tell you, all of y'all Toastmasters, guests, and all of the members, this is not something that's happening overnight. Did not happen something in the early 2026. This is happening since 1980, 1979. This is how old the problem is. Now, today, because of the announcements that they gave in, it disrupted. And because of the tough clash, the fight between each other, because of the loud noises, all the Cold War is converted into an actual war. There is an actual fight that's happening against this. And the announcement in itself has kept a lot of ships there. So what's the concern? The ships lying there. There are a lot of goods. Let's say, how many of us, like, I was talking about biryani, right? All our basmati rice, the smelly one, the very tasty ones. I still, my mouth waters. I have to go cook biryani, is what my mind says now. But think about it. Even the basmatis, which has to get exported, is still stranded. Think about copper. A lot of people are talking only about the oil. Okay, the oil that's there lying there, which is converted into $100 per barrel. That's how big it is. Can you all hear me? Am I audible? But it is not just about the oil, it's about the copper as well. The copper is so huge in itself that every drone that you talk about, every gadget that you talk about, every electronics that you talk about is all made of copper again. Even that is stranded. So how minute certain elements are, how mighty value that it takes in. Okay, here over with all the geopolitics drama that keeps happening, I'm not going to talk only about that. Let's take this only as a scenario and talk about the energy shock that happens within us, that brews within us. Don't you think we all go through an energy shock in itself? It could be a physical shock when I would have fallen like this in a second. It could be. Or it could be a mental strain that we all go through. It could be an emotional strain that we all go through. It could be any of these things. These are all energy shocks that happens and it converts into something. It could, like, let's say, a bruise. Mentally, it converts into mental fatigue, or it could be an emotional strain which comes into a vocal behaviors that we put forth. All of these things are also energy shocks. So when you talk about geopolitics, how the international bodies handle it, like the UN, they come up with diplomatic arrangements, they come up with agreements, they come up with a lot many other avenues by imposing sanctions and other measures. But when you talk about emotional and physical and other ways to handle the energy shock, it's all about how you build up your resilience. And we'll talk more about it. And I think at the moment, I'd like to give it over. I think it's time for us to call upon our first general evaluator. I'm so sorry. It's time to call upon our general evaluator. I think let's go ahead and invite our general evaluator for today, who is our very dear Indrapal Chadda. It was very interesting to read about Indrapal Chadda, because Indrapal Chadda is also a chartered accountant. Don't you think it's nice to have another chartered accountant in Gabbys? And it is very interesting to know about her too, because she was very kind, very diplomatic in her response, and was quite eager to know what's her role. What am I supposed to do? Could you please guide me through this? And she had a list of questions that she came up to me with, saying like, Chaitra, could you please help me with these things? Because I'd like to be very well prepared when it comes to a couple of things. That's how eager she is. So to talk a little about Indrapal, she is a chartered accountant, like I said, with a decade of experience, currently a senior manager at EY, a passionate learner and a strong networker. Indrapal thrives on solving complex financial challenges. My God, that scares me. Bad math. While continuously sharpening her professional edge, outside work, she brings the same energy to life through her love for traveling and dancing. Okay, I'd like to hand over the mic to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Indrapal Chadda. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Chaitra. So, thank you for the warm introduction. nice introduction, and I would also like to give a warm introduction to everyone. Thank you for joining. And I would like to say, Chaitra, that and everyone, that even if we do a lot of preparation, things happen in the end. I am taking this role for the first time, and also I'm a boomerang. I joined after a year, so I was little. I had to get things in places to do this role, and that's why I inquired a lot from Chaitra. And thank you, team, for helping me out. Somehow I'm having some issue with the camera, but I'll fix it in a while. So I'll tell you about my role. So it's the evaluation for the whole meeting that me and my team will be doing, and will request everyone to understand about the rules that the team will be mentioning, and let's try to adhere it as much possible during our speech. Because on that basis we will be evaluated, and let's keep the spirit high for the Gabbys, which we are known for the real time feedback that really help us in bringing us and shaping us as the leaders that we have seen, like Gauri, Smriti, and other 15 leaders that sort of talked about. And let's take it in a good spirit, and let's try to take one or two feedbacks back today so that we can implement in our future speeches. So today I am assisted with my team. So we have evaluators today for the planned speech. So we have two evaluators. So one is DTM Saurav Datta and DTM Nancy, who will be evaluating the planned speech. And then we have the TEL team members. So timer, Toastmaster Renu Kaushal, language evaluator Toastmaster Pushpak, and listener Toastmaster Sanjay Jain. So I will request them to come one by one and explain us the rules. So if I talk about Toastmaster Renu Kaushal, who is our timer today, so she is a certified soft skills and posh trainer, and an aspiring image consultant, a triple crown winner and partaker. She is passionate about connecting with people, understanding their stories, and empowering them to grow through meaningful conversation. So welcome, Toastmaster Renu Kaushal, and we like to hear the rules.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Indipal, for that welcome. Yes, everybody, good morning. I'll be the timer for today. And as a timer, I will be showing certain cards, which will be your cue of how good you are going about with your time. So to begin with, we will have the green card. In case of a prepared speeches, which are timed to be from 5 to 7 minutes, the green card will be shown at the beginning, at the end of those 5 minutes, followed by the yellow card at the end of 6 minutes, and 7 at the end of 7 minutes. You'll see the red cards. So the same thing will happen for the evaluation section also. The evaluators will be have to complete their evaluation speech within 2 to 3 minutes. So to begin with, at the end of the 2 minutes, I'll be displaying this green card, and at the end of 2 minutes 30 seconds, you'll see the yellow card, and at the end of the your evaluation, that is the 3 minutes, this is the red card that will be displayed. Alongside this, we will also have the table topic session also. So each table topic speaker will be allowed 1 to 2 minutes of the time. So at the end of 1 minute, you'll see the green card. At the end of 1 minute 30 seconds, you'll get to see the yellow, and followed by at the end of 2 minutes, you'll see the red card. Hope you will all be within the time limit and qualify yourself as the poll towards the end of the meeting. Thank you. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Renu. Now I will welcome Toastmaster Pushpak, who is our language evaluator. And language, it is very important part in terms of our presentation, speech, etc. And today we'll be evaluated by Pushpak, who is a chartered accountant with over 6 years of experience in accounting, auditing, taxation, and financial reporting. He is currently assistant manager in finance controllership at Levi's, where he brings a lot of experience in his field. He also reflects a strong foundation in finance and dedication to ensure accuracy and adherence to financial regulation. So over to you, Toastmaster Pushpak.
Thank you, Toastmaster General Evaluator, fellow Toastmaster and guest. As a language evaluator, it is my responsibility to pay very close attention to all the speakers, listening very carefully to their language uses, and I will take note of any misuse of the English language, as well as I will note down any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts, etc. Also, I will introduce the word of the day, and today's word of the day is jest, which is a noun which means energy, enthusiasm, and eagerness to enjoy or do something. I will encourage each speaker to use the word of the day, jest. And I will give a word of the day report and the language evaluation report when called upon during the meeting. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
So one request to Toastmaster Pushpak, if you can put it in the chat and with some examples so that everybody can
Sure.
comprehend and use it. So now next I'll introduce Toastmaster Sanjay Jain, who is our listener for the day today. So Sanjay, just one second. So Sanjay is a chartered accountant. We have a lot of chartered accountants today. He is supported by his lovely companion, Sushma Jain, and together they are blessed with 2 children. He is an active and valued member of Gabbys family. So over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay Jain.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good morning, everyone. As a listener for today's section, my role is to observe how well we listen, engage, and respond during the meeting. Listening is not just about hearing words, it is about understanding, interpreting, and retaining information. So, I will be focusing on how attentive members listen to the speeches and roles, whether key points, stories, and messages are remembered, how actively members participate when called upon, and how well we respond to the questions based on what was shared. At the end of the meeting, I will ask few questions to test our listening skills. So stay alert. Let us make this session not just about speaking but also about powerful listening. Thank you, and I look forward to your active participation. Back to General Evaluator. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjay Jain. So, yeah, I'll now hand it over to Toastmaster of the Day, Chaitra, to take it forward. Thank you.
Am I audible? The online audience, can somebody confirm if I'm
Yes.
audible?
Yes,
All
you're
right
audible.
then. Thank you so much, General Evaluator, and thank you to her team for the brief introduction of your respective roles. I'm sure for the audience, you're very well aware the structure of the meeting. Now we're done with the introduction of the General Evaluator and her team. We are still pending with the prepared speeches and followed by their evaluations. So if you speak about the prepared speeches, between these speakers, I'd like to keep this theme a bit alive regarding this energy facts. So between speaker 1 and 2, I think it's important that we speak about the shocks. Did you really experience the speaker's energy and lot many other things? But I think I need to take a pause here and then go ahead and start with calling upon the respective speakers and introducing themselves. Today's speaker number 1 is Ashwin Prasad, a very dear Toastmaster, who would be evaluated by our DTM Nancy Goel. who is presenting his icebreaker session today. His path is presentation mastery, level being mastering fundamentals, and the project objective is to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speech. He would be given 4 to 6 minutes, and the speech title is very interesting: A World Without Ashwins. To talk a little about Ashwin, he is he's a bachelor's in architecture, if I'm right, graduate from NIT, who has begun his career as an architect in Bengaluru, where he has been working on global workplace design project for the past 2 years. Originally from Kerala, he enjoys exploring new places and food, meeting people, and running. Interesting. All right. I do not want to take much of the time. I'd like to hand over the stage to our very dear Toastmaster Ashwin. All the very best, Ashwin.
You guys confirm if I'm audible, the online. Yeah, thank you. Last time I gave an icebreaker speech was about 10 years ago. Back then, I was in school uniform, and today I stand before you as an architect. Of course, not the one who deals with software like the Bangalore, but the one who deals with buildings. It's funny how time actually flies. Sometimes, so does your hair. Can't help it. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good morning. Good morning. Who doesn't have wishes in their life? We all do, don't we? And just like us, there was this young boy who had 2 major wishes in his life. So his very first wish in his life was to be born in the land of gold. But there was one teeny tiny problem. He forgot to specify the right kind of gold. And guess what happened? He was born in Saudi Arabia, the land of deserts, which is in fact the land of gold, the brown gold. Yes, exactly. The energy shock that the Toastmaster of the day was speaking about. Today we have world fighting for it. We even ran short of LPGs. But for that young boy, he couldn't achieve the very first wish in his life. That young boy was me. I was sad, but there's nothing I could do. Fortunately, I had one more wish. My second wish was to become different from everyone else. Unlike before, this was totally in my hands. So I continued my schooling in Saudi Arabia, and once I reached 5th grade, my parents decided, let's leave the so-called golden land and move towards my hometown, which is in Kerala. Still, I was hoping to be different. So here, I was joined into a new school. So I walked into the classroom. It was all filled with unfamiliar faces. So I went and sat behind in the last bench silently. And after amassing a lot of courage, I finally decided I will introduce to my benchmate. So I said, hey, my name is Ashwin. What's yours? A smile broke into his face, and he said, oh, is that so? My name is Ashwin too. I was trying to understand it. Before that even, he called another guy in front and said, you know what? His name is Ashwin as well. My young brain couldn't digest the fact that I just joined a class with 3 Ashwins, Ashwin Prasad, Ashwin V, Ashwin John. I was disappointed. I walked back to my mom, who was waiting after the class, who was waiting for her brother. So I went there with her and I was waiting for him. Soon, my younger brother came running towards us in the excitement of his very first day of kindergarten, or so I thought. And he came towards us and said, Mom, you know what? There is an Ashwin in my class, just like brother. Soon I realized I joined a school where every single grade had at least one Ashwin. At that moment, that very moment, I knew that I just stepped into a world full of Ashwins. I thought I could never be unique here, but life always has other plans. So again, I left my hometown, went back to the Golden Land, which is in Saudi. And this time, like before, I was the only Ashwin in my class. But things were different. I knew that was not enough. I needed to do something different. So with all this zest, I decided to participate in all activities I could, from drawing, painting, and debate competitions and whatnot. And it was around this time I got to know about Toastmasters through. There was something called Gale Clubs in my school. I gave it a try as well. So the question is, was I good at all this? Definitely not. Was I getting better? Definitely yes. So after 10th grade, life was like a journey. So again, I returned back to my hometown. I spent 2 years to complete my higher secondary education. And then I went over a little bit far away from my home, around 3,000 kilometers in Himachal Pradesh, and I pursued my architecture there. I somehow survived 5 years there. And today, I find myself in Bangalore. So many different places. But it's all these places and all the people I met across and the experiences I've had actually built the person I am today. So for a while, I thought I should be born with a unique name or in some golden land to become unique. But no, that's the beauty of life. It never ever gives you what you want, but it sure does teaches you. So if you ask me what would have happened in the world without Ashwins, I wouldn't have understood the difference in me. I wouldn't have strived to become a better, or I wouldn't have become myself. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, where you're actually born or what you're born with don't really define who you are. It's how you sail your ship that really determines who you are. And at times, all you need to do is just be yourself. Being different by being yourself. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Yes, of course. I think it's time for us to give a standing ovation to Ashwin for that impeccable speech. What was that, Ashwin? That was amazing. Don't you all think that was amazing? Okay, that should be thundering applause for Ashwin. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ashwin, for that. Okay. Before I go on talking about the energy shocks, coming up with my facts about energy shocks, I also had something very important to tell you. It was just yesterday that our very dear Prime Minister had a meeting with regard to this energy shock that we are all experiencing, you know. And the meeting was basically about how we have become self-sustained, how we've become go green. So as per this meeting that had happened recently, that was yesterday, Prime Minister Modi just shared an update where they made a mention about how the country has hit his massive milestone, which is about 50% of total power capacity that comes from within the country with no fossil fuels sources that we need to depend from the external factors. So while the world is facing a shock, it's just not the world. Isn't it just not the world, it's us too? How many of y'all think that you're all frightened that your oil prices are high and I need to fuel all my bikes. I need to fuel my cars. I need to be very worried because when the news came out regarding the commercial gas, all of them were worried about their own gas at home. Many of them were thinking we need to procure electric stoves. It's time for us to learn how to cook with electric stoves. It's very important. Why don't we pick up electric cookers and whatnot, right? All of us. How many of y'all don't you think so? All of y'all? Could you raise your hands? How many of y'all think so? All of y'all bought an electric cooker, electric things. We're thinking, oh God, now how am I going to eat my next meal without the gas being there? It was such a worry in everybody's head. All of a sudden, we all became so responsible with our household chores, right? But that's how news spread. That's how panic spreads across. This is the energy shock that we experienced worldwide as well as within. So while the world was facing a shock, India is building a shield. As of today, more than half of our nation's power capacity is green. Don't you think that is very nice? We are moving towards Nirbarat, is what the Prime Minister called it, of something called as self-reliance. So in Toastmasters, we do the same thing, don't you think? We don't rely on external scripts. We don't rely on external people, like our very own PO mentioned. We build our own energy. We build our internal power. We are transitioning from fossil to, very fossil to old habits to renewable new skills. That is how we are moving ahead. So I think it's time for me to introduce the next speaker. Before that, I'd like to give a small energy fact. As we all know very well, we all goof up when we speak. But we fail to forget the fact it's less our voice, more of our hands and our body. So it's nice to avoid the energy shock happening to all of us. It would be nice that we try to control or compose our body. The moment we compose our body, have control on our body, it's the lesser the voice, and give your voice that power and strength. It's time for me to introduce our next speaker for today, who is Toastmaster Basavaraja. To talk about Toastmaster Basavaraja, he's a graduate with 15 years of extensive experience in automotive ADAS domain. I'd be very happy to know what that is. Passionate about delivering safe and robust driver assistance systems. Currently working as a test manager, leading test execution and quality assurance for complex ADAS projects. Quite fascinating. I want to know what is ADAS. I have to get in touch with Basavaraja for sure. He is now presenting his path, which is Presentation Mastery, Level 1, Project number 1. His project name is Mastering Fundamentals. His project objective is Icebreaker. Speech duration is going to be 4 to 6 minutes. His speech title is quite interesting. It says, From a Quiet Village to a Confident Voice. How fascinating. I think we have to listen to what this speech title says more, what he has more to say. I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Basavaraja onto the stage to deliver his icebreaker speech. Thank you, Basavaraja. And I would like to also announce the evaluator's name, who is DTM Saurav Datta. And yes, over to you, Basavaraja. Thank you. My apologies. So here you go. Toastmaster Basavaraja. Speech title, From a Quiet Village to a Confident Voice. From a quiet village to a confident voice, Toastmaster Basavaraja. Over to you.
I hope audio and video is clear. If you had met me in few years ago, you might have described me as, hey, this guy is very quiet person. And you would be absolutely right. But silence does not mean absence of thoughts. It means observation, listening carefully, understanding deeply. I come from a small village and I'm proud to say I'm a farmer's son. Growing up in farming family, it shaped my character and values. Farming teaches us patience. We have to put the seed, take care with patience, and we have to trust the process. We don't know what will happen end result. It all depends on environmental conditions. With a strong ambition, I entered into an IT field. Coming from village background, entering into a technology world, it is not just a change, it's a transformation. But my childhood learnings always stayed with me. I truly believe that nothing can replace consistent effort. And talent may open the door, but hard work keeps it open. So during my childhood, I completed till my 10th in my local language, that is Kannada. When I entered into 11th, and when I entered science in English medium, right? So when I entered first day in the class, I was sitting at the last bench because I want to understand what is going on. Everything was new to me. There are around 4 to 5 people. Apart from others, all were coming from, English medium. So when first class, I remember it started with biology. So there was a basic questions asked from lecturer. Where is the energy will produce for the plants and all. So everybody trying to answer one of them other, they are answering very fast. I was sitting at the last bench and thinking about me, what I am doing here, why I joined. Because I am not able to understand what they are asking. Because it is not part of my syllabus. So then that day we decided around 5 people, 5 friends, we have to work hard. So then we started from that day. So end result was wonderful. So during first PO, within that 5 friends, we are 3 toppers. I am the first, other 2 are. So end result was very fruitful. Every day I try to learn new technical skills because I don't want to keep myself a boundary. So learning technical skills, it gives us, more problem solving skills and better ideas. I work in Mercedes as a technical lead. If I do not give innovative ideas, they will not keep me. So every day is new challenge for me. So I try to learn every day new skills and upgrade myself. By nature, I am a quiet person when I meet new people. Once I became more comfortable, you will see other side of me. I like humor, positivity, and try to keep happy environment around me. Like when I met first time Saurav Datta, I did not speak to him for some days. I was observing. Whenever we crossed the path, I was observing him. Is a go-to person or let me go and discuss or not? So after a few days, then I understood he was always busy. He was talking in phone or he was having chai. I was thinking, let me go or not. For a few weeks, I was stayed quiet. Then later I went to him and we discussed each other what is going on and what he is doing, what I am doing, and where do we work. So that's how it started. Today I am here. One strong value that defines me is helping others. So I believe that success is more meaningful when it is shared. And I always try to keep away from gossips and unnecessary conflicts because life is very short. Why to spend time on unnecessary conflicts, create negativity? Outside of my work, I love playing cricket, badminton, and which taught me importance of teamwork and discipline. I actively participate in events. I like dancing, which I don't know because I can dance whatever, whatever the way I want. And also I like writing skits. I write the skits and present it to team and we participate. This will help me to improve my positivity and confidence. I have few personal favorites. That is, I like blue and green color, but don't ask me why. I also don't know. Whenever I go for shopping, I just pick within the 5 minutes. My daughter and my wife tells me, you always choose these colors only. So that's how it became favorite for me. Then my favorite food is South Indian, which comes from my background because I'm eating default the same food every day. So I have to like it. With this 16 plus years of journey, I traveled many countries. USA, Germany, China, Poland. So all these journeys taught me beautiful lessons. So each country having different language, diverse in culture. But when it comes to human emotions, it seems everywhere it is same. Wherever I travel, so I learned major two things. One is we have to be honest and we should know emotional intelligence. So wherever we go, we can stay there. Today, I am here in Toastmaster to learn from each one of you and to become more confident public speaker. And today is my first seed. Thank you.
Because Basvaraja's icebreaker session today, I think we have to give him a standing ovation. I would request every member, guest, and all of the Toastmasters to give him a standing ovation. That was just amazing and so heart-touching. All of us could relate very well. Thank you so much, Basvaraja, for that. And I'd like to get in touch with you to know more about your work. It was quite interesting to know what you're working. Quite interesting for that matter. Okay, now I'm getting back to the goof up story that I was always talking to you about. I think before that, we have to go for a 5 minutes break. The timer has told me it has to go on. Okay, I'm very sad now, but what to do? We have to go for a 5 minutes break. I think I'll see you all after 5 minutes break, and then we can continue talking. Let's take a 5 minutes break. See you after 5 minutes break, guys. I'll come up with my goof up story. I have. All right, I'm back again with my goof ups stories. So this is what happened. It's an actual story, quite interesting, and just struck me deep in. I had my neighbor who was watering his garden. He's like, Chaitra, Chaitra, and then I'm like, hi uncle, and nice baby, and you are enjoying. Nice, nice, very nice. I'm like, yes, uncle, true, true. Electricity bill you paid, ma? Electricity bill? And I was like, yes, uncle, I paid. Okay, okay, ma. You know what is happening? Did you read the newspaper? I was like, I'm trying hard, uncle, to get into the practice, but I haven't. What happened, uncle? Anything interesting? Did you not know, ma? Summit is happening, ma. Summit. And I'm like, okay, uncle. Okay, what is the summit all about, uncle? And he was like, summit, ma. Electricity summit is happening. Did you not know electricity summit is happening? Ayo, the summit is very, very serious thing, ma. So much of trillions of dollars they are discussing, ma. And everything is going to shook up. Now think about it. No gas. I thought I will order for electric stove. Now electricity also gone. Now I don't know how I'm going to cook. Maybe I should start getting some charcoal and wood and all of those things and go back to my grandpa's time, to start cooking. I have to tell my wife. And he continued to water. And I'm like, okay. Fine, uncle. And then I quickly went, I'm like, okay, this uncle keeps coming and saying something or the other. And I said, Aru, come, let's go. The 1-year-old, okay, who doesn't know what is what. I said, Aru, come, let's go see what is this uncle really telling about this electricity summit and all of that. And then while I was reading through, I was just seeing, okay, while I'm reading this through, there were some bright minds in Delhi who are discussing about trillions of dollars to be invested in electricity. And this summit is happening to discuss about how we can be self sustained, as a country, to fight out all of this chaos and all of that. And it's about $2.2 trillion that they are discussing with regard to energy. Okay, while we are here in Bengaluru, these brightest minds are discussing about energy. And a meeting there in Delhi for the Bharat Electricity Summit. They are looking at $2.2 trillion for future. I don't know how many cybers get added there. However, our investment today is much smaller, don't you think? Just 2 hours of our time, which is very, very less. The return on energy we get from the Gabbys Toastmasters is priceless. So, yes, getting back to this voltage check, I think testing person, Mr. Toastmaster Basavaraja would know about voltage check if I'm not wrong, or if I've understood his profile wrong. Okay, again. While we now talk about all of this voltage check and all of this electricity, let's see how much of voltage is there in all of us today who have joined. I think it's time for me to give it to our table topic master for today to do this voltage check, to know how much energy is really there in each of them. Let me call upon our TTM for today. Very, very interesting personality, The way she comes in itself is like an electricity passing through, like a shocker wave herself. Hello, Gabbys. That's how she introduces herself. It's Toastmaster Paduka Kannan. I'd like to call upon... Okay, that's the evaluator, my bad. I'm goofing up too much today. It's our table topic master for today, Toastmaster Mamta Jain, and Toastmaster evaluator would be our Toastmaster Paduka Kannan. To talk about our very own Toastmaster Mamta Jain, I had a very interesting conversation with her yesterday. I did ask her about, what do you think, Mamta, what do you think about this entire topic? And she gave me the summary of my entire speech. I was held back. Okay. She took the suspense away. She had everything to say, from the international stories of what is happening worldwide to the energy shock that I was trying to think and talk about. That's how well our TTM for today is prepared. To give a brief about Toastmaster Mamta Jain, she brings with her a unique blend of creativity and logic. Being both a visual designer and an engineer, this rare combination shapes her perspective, allowing her to tackle challenges with imaginative flair and analytical precision. Beyond her professional pursuits, she finds joy in Swadhyay, reading religious texts, painting, and practicing yoga. Sounds so peaceful. She has joined Toastmasters with a clear and inspiring goal to become a more confident and impactful speaker. Let's see how many people have the energy in. I'd like to hand over the mic to Toastmaster Mamta Jain. Mamta Jain, am I audible?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes. Yeah, I'm
All
ready.
right. Awesome. Okay, over to you, Toastmaster Mamta Jain.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chaitra, for the warm introduction. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the table topics session for today's meeting. Table topics enables a member to develop the skills of impromptu speaking. You can think of it as a mini speech with an opening, a body, and a conclusion. This also provides a speaking opportunity for any member who is not on duty in the meeting agenda. Guests may also participate if they wish. During table topics, I will invite a member or a guest to attempt a table topic. Each speaker will get 1 to 2 minutes of time. Green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. You will get an additional 30 seconds grace time to wrap up your speech. So, today through table topics, we explore how do we respond when life suddenly demands more energy than we feel we have. Do we panic, pause, or power through? I invite each speaker to share their zest, perspective, experience, and imagination on this theme. Because navigating energy shock is not about avoiding it, it is about learning how to move through it with awareness. With that, let's begin our table topic session. Those who are interested, please raise your hands.
Yeah, I can go for it. Am I audible?
Sanjay Jain has raised his hand first. So I will invite Toastmaster Sanjay Jain.
Can we have Vidhi? She raised her hand. She just stopped it. And
Gaurav, let
she's
me
not a
join
role
us,
taker.
if you don't mind.
Okay. We invite Vidhi.
Thank you
So
so
when
much. Sorry, Sanjay. Sorry, I'm not sure how to raise the hand. Is it like physically raising hand or this is my first session, so I'm not very sure. I raised my hand physically. Is it through the chat
Yeah,
we have to raise the
Okay.
hand or okay?
Vidhi, Mamta, the general practice is that we don't, we first give preference to those who are not role takers and then those who are role takers. So we'll follow that. We'll give the preference to the non role takers, then the role takers, even if they raise the hand. That's the practice. We'll follow that. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mamta, can I please request you to repeat the topic for me? Just to be clear.
I'm not I, told there. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Oh, the topic is
Okay.
going to come now. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
So Vidhi, your topic is a moment when you felt completely drained. A moment when you felt completely drained. Over to you.
Thank you, Mamta. I believe that we all go through tough times in our lives where we are put in such situations where we feel that our energy is completely drained and we are completely exhausted. So, likewise, for me, there was a time when um, I had determined to work out and focus on my fitness 6 days a week. And that was other than uh, my challenging role at my company, the work pressures, the family issues, personal life issues, all of that. So it got extremely difficult for me to navigate everything at once. But I think many of us, just like me, rely on motivation to move forward in life. But um, and I did that as well. So I made that mistake of relying on motivation. And when I did that, I felt like I was falling behind in my goals. Um, so when I realized that, I picked myself up and I decided that I'm not going to rely on motivation anymore. I will rely on discipline instead. So I set aside a time for everything in my life. So I decided that I will focus on my workout as well. This is the time that I set for my workout, say morning 7 to 9. I will work out. Then I'll come back home. I will spend time with my family, try to get the issues resolved. I will then go to work. My work shift is 1 o'clock to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I'll go for work, and then I'll come back and again I'll help my family with whatever is going on in the house. So that way I removed buckets of time for everything, and I stuck to it. I maintained that discipline, and that's how I was able to ease myself and get out of that situation while maintaining my fitness goals and personal goals. So yeah, this is the learning that I received from that period, that do not rely on motivation to move forward in life, rely on discipline. Over to you, Mamta Jain.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vidhi. It was very encouraging how you moved toward your life goals and how you conquered your fear and how you moved forward.
Thank you.
Now, next, who will take the next topic?
We have Sanjay Jain raising hand.
Okay, Sanjay Jain, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Toastmaster Sanjay Jain. Is rest a luxury or a necessity? Is rest a luxury or a necessity? Toastmaster Sanjay Jain.
If everything, if you see, rest also is required. Why? Because the body has to again have the same energy in the next day. We have to take 8 hours of rest on a daily basis. If you're not taking 8 hours of rest on a daily basis, then your body will not work as per your requirement. So both things we have to maintain, that when we try to understand ourselves, we should think how much rest is required for our body. It may not be the same 8 hours required for other person who is more athletic or who may be more fit. He may be requiring only 4 hours of rest. But it depends on each body whether he is maintaining. For example, he's physically fit, then he can have less number of rest. For example, if you see Narendra Modi, people say he is having rest of 5 hours only a day and working for 24 hours, and we are not seeing him taking any holiday. So how it can happen? Because he is physically fit and he maintains himself. So that can be a benchmark, that but cannot be a standard for everyone. But scientifically proved that 8 hours of rest is required by a human being to maintain himself. So let us follow the standard which is practiced by most of us. So I think rest is very important in our life. Without rest, nobody can achieve great results. So that is my take on this topic. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjay. I am totally agree with you. Rest is a necessity. It is the recharge button that keeps us functioning. Thank you. Now, next.
Next, we have in-person audience. Harshal. You let him? Harshal.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yes.
So, your topic is what gives you instant energy? People, purpose, or peace? What gives you instant energy? People, purpose, or peace? Over to you.
I think what gives me energy is peace and sometimes people, because only when my mind is at peace, I am able to think about something, or as I'm just doing, I'm just trying to do what I don't want to do. For example, I want to focus on a particular thing, I want to do it, But if my mind is not at peace, I will think about something else. I will be physically trying to write something with my hand, but at the same time, in my mind, I will think, okay, what will happen tomorrow, or what happened yesterday. So I think what gives me energy is peace, and I think more than that, I think even if I have the energy, I will be able to use it only when my mind is at peace. Energy is always there, but using it can only happen at peace. So, and when it comes to people, uh, I think especially when I need some guidance, people are the one who actually motivate me, and I get energy from them.
Thank you. I am totally agree with you. Peace gives us deepest energy because it fuels both our mind and heart. Thank you. Next, Hema Yadav, you want to come?
We have a couple of guests online. Hema Yadav, Nisha Bharti. Why don't we ask them?
Hey.
Yeah, I am asking for Hema Yadav.
Sorry, earlier I guess my mic was not working. Yeah, I can talk.
Yeah, Nisha, you want to come?
Just wait a second. I will come.
Next, who want to take the next topic?
I can take it.
Nisha, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. How do you protect your energy in a negative environment? How do you protect your energy in the negative environment? Over to you, Nisha.
Thank you, TTM. So for me, energy is really important, and I to protect my energy, I try not to react, even if I feel like the things that is going around does not go according to my wish. I try to keep quiet initially, and after some time, when I feel like okay, my senses are in my control. Sometimes you feel anger, and then you react in a way. Maybe later you regret it. So I believe in that a lot. So for that, what I believe that if you feel that you're not liking what the other person is saying or whatever is going around in the surrounding, at that moment keep quiet. And when you feel like okay, now you are able to understand the situation from all perspective rather than just your opinion, then you can humbly put that your point to the other person and try to make them understand your opinion as well. So that is my way to protect my energy, to keep quiet for some time, and later when you are able to understand the situation completely, then try to make the other person also understand in a calm manner. That's my way. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. You're right, Nisha. Keeping quiet is the best way to protect ourselves from negative environment.
This is the last topic, Mamta. Please wrap up.
Okay. What a truly energizing session. Every speaker showed their zest in different way to navigate it. Some chose resilience, some chose reflection, and some chose action. Because the truth is, we can't control every shock life gives us, but we can control how we respond to it. So, as we leave today, let's remember when life shakes our energy, don't lose your balance, adjust your direction. Thank you to all the speakers, listeners, and role players for making this session meaningful and insightful. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, TTM Mamta Jain. Before I hand over the baton to our general evaluator for today, Indrapal Chadda, I'd like to sum the entire goofed up story that I was coming up with, which had certainly a lot many facts, which is be it the geopolitical tension that I was talking about, or the internal energy shock that we've all been experiencing. The only way to succumb to all of this and live a very zesty life is, having to remember sustainability. I'm sure all of us have studied what is sustainability, and how to achieve that is through living a very minimalistic lifestyle. And be it that we understanding how important I factor is through Ashwin's speech, or through how important that you remember your story, who you are, through Toastmaster Baswaraj's speech. And with all the table topics that we speakers that we read today, like how important, that we heard today, how important it is that you prioritize discipline over motivation. Lot many things that we heard, how important that is, that we prioritize internal peace. All of these can happen only if you live a very minimalistic life and sustainable life. I think if we don't practice it, situation is going to push us to it. That is where we are all heading towards. So how one could learn to live through this energy shock is through live a very minimalistic life, to live a very sophisticated life in it, and be very self-contained, and still maintain to be very zesty, happy there. That's how we all can head forward and look forward to a very, I think, happy future with very minimalistic thing and sustainable future. Yes, now I'd like to hand over the mic to our general evaluator for today, who is our very own Toastmaster, Indrapal Chadda. Indrapal Chadda,
Thank you,
are you
Toastmaster
ready?
Ajay. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, Toastmaster
Thank
Ajay
you.
Chaitra. So I can say that the meeting today, we had really great energy, and team demonstrated strong coordination. We started on time, kept a very positive pace, and well done to the entire team. We can start with the evaluation. So we can start with the first speech, where we had Toastmaster Ashwin Prasad. He delivered his icebreaker speech, and the evaluator is DTM Nancy Goel. I would like to invite her and just give a brief introduction. She is a director and partner at Practive Consulting and Training LLP, a vibrant and consulting training services company where she serves MSMEs, non-profit corporates across India. And she has been, it has been more than 10 years of entrepreneurial experience and a strong expertise in business intelligence and data analytics. She is the charter president of the Gabbys and currently serving as VP Education of the Gabbys. So over to you, Nancy, for evaluating Toastmaster Ashwin Prasad.
Thank you so much, our general evaluator, Toastmaster Indrapal Chadda. Toastmaster Ashwin Prasad, a world without Ashwins. While he was talking about a world without Ashwins, I was wondering how would a world be without Nancys, right? So that's where he just tackled my inner thoughts, and I was just wondering, are we all thinking about a world without people? I mean, without our own doppelgangers or namesakes? I think we were. Why? Because the speech that he had, he used the entire stage. He was going back. He was coming forward. He was going towards the left and right, all the swinging done beautifully. On top of that, we all enjoyed the humor. Whether it was about him saying, time flies like head flies, or he was talking about many, many other things. I think it's a lot of notes I've taken and difficult to figure out. But humor was sprinkled all through. And this is something I definitely struggle with. I salute you for your humor today. The storytelling part, where you talked about you being in the Golden Desert, coming back to India, Kerala, and then Himachal. all the elements were gelling up very well. So the technique that he used for storytelling didn't feel like it was an icebreaker. Was that your first speech, Ashwin? Definitely not. He said it was his second icebreaker, probably the second speech ever. But it was delivered with an accent, with a baritone voice, in such a manner that we felt that, oh, is that a US-based commercial we are listening to? Oh, yes, that's what I felt. Now, talking about the storytelling, the delivery aspect of it, I felt that I want to see you there at the contests. And when we talk about contests, content takes the supreme priority. In terms of content, I've got one recommendation. We're talking about a conflict, a world without Ashwins. Spend a little more time on that particular conflict. You had a lot of Ashwins all around. You moved to Himachal. You moved back to Dubai, Middle East. And then you figured out that, okay, it's good to be different. How? What made you realize that? What was that inflection point? I wanted to know. So that if there's some sort of transformation, some sort of transition that helped you, that might help me as well. I wanted to know that better. But how can you talk about something more in such a less time? I felt that you could have cut down time in terms of two wishes you mentioned. The first wish, being born in gold. I just didn't understand how that was adding more value to your speech. You were born in gold, golden desert, good for humor, but that's where you can probably cut down content and add more in the inflection point that we wanted to know more. That's the only recommendation for Ashwin, and I think he's all set to be a contest material. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Nancy Goel. Thank you for the commendation, which I can really say that was quite specific and it was backed with examples. And coming from you, who has been a quite experienced person, I think you added a lot of flavor to it. Personally, I enjoyed Ashwin's speech, and I can also say that he was not looking like it was not looking at his second speech also, and not even the icebreaker speech. He was quite confident, and we definitely see him in the contest. And thank you for like bringing that context, a few pointers that you mentioned about the timing and things that he can take it in his next meeting. I personally, I don't have anything to add for Ashwin. But yeah, Nancy, like any actionable item or improvement area that you mentioned, other than a few things, will definitely help him from your personal experience in the contest, and definitely, I'm sure you will guide him when we see him there. So thank you, Nancy. Moving on to speaker two, Toastmaster Baswaraja. His topic was from quiet village to confident title. Here we have evaluator DTM Saurav Datta. So giving introduction, we all know Saurav, but again, I would like to mention few pointers for the new joinees. So he is a two-time distinguished Toastmaster who has completed 11 Toastmaster pathway. He has over 20 years of leadership experience at HP, Target, and JCPenney, and he is a seasoned expert in analytics, strategy, and marketing. He's a proud father and lifelong learner, and he's passionate about empowering others through learning and leadership. So over to you, Toastmaster Saurav Datta, DTM Saurav Datta.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. 16 projects in each path, 11 levels, 11 paths. If you do a quick multiplication without calculators, I know it's hard, it comes to 176. Add to that some another 10 projects that I have done additionally for DTM, 2 DTMs and all that. That would totally make almost 190 evaluations that I've done, or probably more if you bring in the contests and also. Maybe I've crossed 200. Still, every time I get to evaluate an icebreaker speech, I get extremely excited. The freshness that comes in, the perspective that comes in, without any of the Toastmaster formulas, things that we learn in the contests, which is, drilled into our head. You have to move from here to here, and then back to here, and then go back, and then come forward. All this nonsense is not there. A genuine, sincere speech by someone who comes and takes the stage for the first time with all their nervousness and vulnerability. This is pure gold. And that's why every time I get to listen to an icebreaker speech, I feel humbled. Because Saurav, there was a time when you were here. And today, how far you have come, it's because of the investment that you have made. So thank you, Basavaraj, for the sincerity of your speech. If I say your speech had a lot of drama, a lot of body language, a lot of vocal variety, I will be lying through my teeth, and I will not. Right? Your speech had sincerity and authenticity oozing out in every single one. You talk about your roots, something that we forget. Right? I know people who say, I am from the rural background. No, I am from the farmer's family. That's how it has to be said. My dad is in the transport business. No, my dad is a truck driver. That truck driver earned enough for you to study in IIT so that you are coming here and giving us speech today. That humility which you brought on the stage today, Basavaraj, hats off to you for that. There's only one thing in your speech I couldn't relate, which is about the 5 friends and 5 of them toppers, where 3 of them toppers, because my 5 friends, all of us, 5 of them smokers, 5 of them drinkers, but none of them toppers. That's the cycle, there's a circle that I maintain. So that's the only difference, but the rest of the things are totally cool. Now, coming to recommendations, I've got a few for you, but I'll just stick to a couple of them if time permits. Number 1, the title. Don't make the title the summary of the speech. As soon as I heard your title, I knew what you were going to speak. Don't do that. Hold on to the suspense. Right? Let me listen to the speech and then listen. And second, I don't know how old you are. I'm not going to ask you here. But definitely I know that you are not 5 minutes or 7 minutes old. Which means you cannot sum up your entire life in a 4 to 6 piece. You should pick up just one aspect of your life. Either your engineering degree, or your journey, or your global travel, or your humility, but don't try to cover the entire Basavaraj career and life in 4 to 6 minutes. You can't do justice. That's my only recommendation. Reduce the content, change the title, and please continue to speak with the sincerity. We need it so much at today's point. Thank you. Back to you, Anand.
Thank you, DTM Saurav Datta. I too agree that the speech was very authentic and very personal. A lot of emotions were there, and we personally got a lot involved because he was telling and sharing a lot of information about his journey, and there were a lot of points that he mentioned that we all got deeply connected. Thank you, DTM Saurav, for the overall evaluation. Definitely agree with the pointers that you mentioned about the suspense of the title, as well as like this. There was a lot that he added to the story. I think from our side, I can add that in his later speech, he can add more energy and voice modulation while he's speaking that can actually relate to the emotions that he's trying to bring, and at the same time move a little bit more, because it was more of created more of monotonous thing because seeing him. But I think I can still relate. It's his first icebreaker speech, so this is something he can actually include in the later speech. So now we can move on to the table topics. So our table topic evaluator is is Toastmaster Paduka Kannan. She has been a Toastmaster for more than 5 years and is the ex-VP membership of Gabbys Toastmaster Club. She is the past area director of Area B1 District 92, and she has more than 14 years of experience in automotive segment, and she's a project manager and solution architect. So over to you, Toastmaster Paduka Kannan.
Yeah. So rise and shine, Gabbys, for at another fine Saturday morning. So let me start my evaluation for each and everyone. I will be evaluating based on your content and your delivery style. Right. First, coming to Toastmaster Vidhi Khanal. So first, as a newbie, right, as a first-time speaker, What impressed me was your calm and composure. There's no anxiousness on your face at all. You were you were able to tell or iterate your message or cite your message very lucidly, right? And you brought a sort of a visualization in me, like you sort of expressed that feeling of feeling completely drained out and then move towards the what is the problem area. You said it's not about motivation, it's about the discipline, and then you went with the answer or what is the solution part. So I love that flow. Well done on that particular part. So one recommendation from my end to improve for you to take care next time is your eye contact. In the sense you were completely not looking at all. I do understand there's a lot going on your mind to state, but if you keep looking at somewhere and talking, as an at least for me as an online audience, I felt you're talking to someone else, right? But rest all, I think it's a very good start. At least for the starters, you can start looking at your camera and speak to us. Now moving on to the second speaker, Toastmaster Sanjay Jain, right? He did the basics right. But I would evaluate you based on, since I'm seeing you quite for some time, right, as a Toastmaster, right? So yeah, you iterated the answer first, and then you explained why that was your answer, which is you said arrest is a necessity kind of a case. However, now after being for a long time in Toastmaster, I would expect or I would recommend you to challenge yourself, right? Have a strong opening. You open with either a curiosity sentence. You can have three, four templates, right? When you get such kind of a question, like either or kind of a thing. Have a strong opening and then give an answer. You can make a curiosity out of it and say the answer end, or even if you say the answer at the start, build a personal story, right? You brought Moriji into picture, that's fine. But people love to hear how you bring a personal angle to it and have a strong closing. Right? This is my recommendation for you. Make it more engaging, right? And coming to the third speaker, Toastmaster Harshal, I understand maybe you're a newbie speaker again. So first of all, well done to come on to that stage. Especially, it is really difficult if you're coming on in person onto that stage and speaking in front of an audience, online and offline. So well done on that part. You have utilized your time completely, which means without any because generally the first time speakers generally get froze in front of the stage, but none of those kind of stuff was there. So well done on that part. Hope we see you again and again. Only practice makes a man perfect, right? So good one. So my recommendation is next time try to see a simple opening. That's good. You did had an opening, like you answered the question, then you explain why you gave that answer. Close it, right? In fact, this is for most of the people who are starting newly, right? You gave the answer, you put out your thoughts, have a closing, have a proper closing. And coming to Toastmaster Nisha, again, well done. I could see she is an emerging public speaker maybe in this. So first, again, you iterated the answer and then you gave an explanation. What lacked was the closing, right? So I love, of course, again, the calm and composed nature with which you have again explained. But bring a little bit of a more energy. For everyone over there, bring a little bit of an energy. Show that through your voice modulation, show that with your gestures, right? Because it's just take that 8 seconds for people to get hooked onto what you're saying, right? So yeah, with that, I thoroughly enjoyed everyone's viewpoint. And till then, next time over to you to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Paduka Kanan. I think you summarize it really well, and especially like discussing each and every person and evaluating them on those pointers. And that's what, in the limited time, I think you did a great job. Appreciate your feedback and your confident delivery. To improve, I think you can give more specific example in some cases for one or two speaker. But overall, it was well structured and very thoughtful evaluation. So now we can move on to the tell team. So I can request our timer, Renu Kaushal, if she can share the report.
I'm just sharing my screen. I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, today, okay, thank you for confirming. In today's meeting, both the prepared speakers were qualified on time. So did the evaluators, except for Vidhi Kanal, who's a new member. She just needs to practice a little more on time with respect to table topic speeches. Rest all is good. We all were in time. Thank you.
So thank you, Toastmaster Renu, for presenting the rules very clearly and showing the cards well on time. So I think that kept a very good time check on everyone, and also sharing this on the screen. It definitely helped everyone to understand where we went above. So overall accuracy and delivery was well paced with the meeting. Now I will request Toastmaster Sanjay Jain to check us on our listening skill.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. The first question is, what was the theme of today's meeting?
Navigating the energy shock.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What was the word of the day?
Zest.
Meaning of just
Excitement to do something.
energy, enthusiasm, and eagerness to enjoy or do something. Yeah. Who was our first speaker? Yeah.
Ashwin.
How many
Ashwin
times
Prasad.
did Ashwin was called in the means classmates were there in his class?
3 in his
Ashwin name.
class. 2 more apart from him.
3, yeah, total 3. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Which bench did he sat during?
Last bench.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Then Baswaraj said, "I am the son of Dash."
Farmer.
Farmer. Yeah. Favorite color of Baswaraj?
Blue.
Blue and green. Yeah. Which food Baswaraj liked?
South Indian.
Yeah, right. Hometown of Ashwin?
Kerala.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think everybody have a good listening skill. With that, I give back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjay Jain. Now I request Toastmaster for the language evaluator, Pushpak Mishra, if we can share the report.
Yeah. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will start with the some filler words which has been used during the meeting, which is like you know, so, yeah, but. Then rhetorical device, rule of three and metaphor, which has been used by the various speaker and the role taker. Few examples like how am I going to eat my next meal without the gas being there? That's how news spread. That's how panic spread. Like rule of three has been used by Chatra, from fossil to renewal, from old habit to new habit, from fear to confidence. Vashwaraj has used contrast, like silence does not mean absence of thought. Metaphor, we have to put the seed, take care with patience, and trust the process. Uh, Nancy has used a world without Aswin. How would a world be without Nancy? Then sort of has been used. If I say your speech had a lot of drama, I will be lying through my teeth. Your speech had sincerity and authenticity. Then parallelism has been used. Reduce the content, change the title, and please continue to speak with sincerity. Few noteworthy praise and quotes which I have noted on, like few examples. While the world was facing a shock, India is building a shield. Then Ashwin has used fill with unfamiliar faces. Life always has other plans. Being different by being yourself. Then Vaswaraj has used talent may open the door, but hard works keep it open. I like blue and green color, but don't ask me why. I also don't know. Uh, then do we panic, pause, or power through? Ease myself. He's all set to be contest speaker. The freshness that comes in, the perspective that comes in. Only I heard only one speaker, Mamta, has used the word of the day, just. And now coming to the few grammatical uses where improvement can be done. Like it's just not the word. It's not just the word. Second, that's how panic spread across. It should be that's how panic spreads. Then like I hope audio and video is clear. Here we can use I hope the audio and video are clear. Silence does not mean absence of thought. It should be silence does not mean an absence of thought. Yeah, that's it from my end.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra. I think it was quite elaborative, and the way you put it in an Excel format covering the various criteria, I think it's really helpful for everyone to see like what all areas that they can work on and get more clarity in their next speech. I particularly liked how you captured both the usage and the improvement area for the audience. Overall, if I understand you added the grammatical part, but as a quick actionable tip, you can add some alternate phrasing or pointers that the speaker can use also to relate to the topic of the day. I think that is one suggestion from my side, and definitely, I think we all missed on using the word zest a lot. I think it goes. Plot to Toastmaster Mamta Jain, where she tried to use few times during the speech. So thank you, DTM Pushpak Mishra. So now we can look into the other role takers of the day. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Chetra, thank you for taking a dual role today. I think you opened the meeting very confidently and laid out various rules for the session. Overall, it was a great experience for everyone to start the meeting. I think while you were starting the meeting, you were on the way to the spot. So, to the venue. So I think the camera was moving a little bit, but that time I didn't understand what was the issue, but I think got it that you were actually moving to the venue where we are having the session. So overall, great job. One pointer here is you could have mentioned about the topic, just one liner while you were opening it. But overall, great. I can move to the to your session for or overall conduct for the Toastmaster session for the day. I think the topic, it was quite relevant. It was quite intriguing, and there were a lot of things to cover. And the way you started, it was with a lot of passion, lot of energy. And personally, I saw you on the stage for the first time. Earlier, I've seen you on the camera or online. So seeing you at the stage where you actually brought a lot of energy. I think I now totally have a different perspective evaluating you from the stage point of view. I think you did a great job. The way you brought about the geography, trying to make understand like how Iran, being a smaller state, is actually taking mind of so many people, and from the energy point of view, how we all are now worried, what all important things that are important pointers that we actually need to relate to when we are talking about this topic, like politics, US Israel, power, nuclear weapons, Strait of Hormuz. I think you try to bring in a lot of content to it, which is really commendable. And also, I think the switches that you had during the session, it was too good. You try to bring in the topic again and again, and different perspective to it, from the war point of view, and then you came to the energy point of view, and then later on you added other topics which were quite relatable. So I think it was a great top and very relatable topic for all of us. So one recommendation is from the time management, I think, because it was too much to talk about. I think at times we did exceed when we were putting that pointers, but understand that it has a lot of content where I'm sure you must have like taken out the content as well at times, because there is much to add to it. So overall, a great job, Toastmaster Chaitra, on the overall session and picking the great topic. Mm, I think, did I cover everyone? So another is, I think, presiding officer DTM Saurav Datta. I think you also opened it at a very good tone. You handle all the club updates. It was quite clear, and you mentioned about all the achievements of the Gabbys contest, and how successful members have become and groomed over the period of time. Talking about all those. People mentioning their name, I think it really add to the credentials that we are building, and I think we did a great job over there. So thank you on that part, DTM Saurav, and thank you, Nancy, for the overall moderation today. So I think taking care of both the environment where we are having the Zoom meeting, where it is hybrid in nature, like where we're having online and offline, and checking everything and keeping that everything is intact. I think it was overall well done. So I think I covered everyone. I can hand it over to Toastmaster of the day, the Toastmaster Chaitra.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Indrapal Chadda. I think it was a great session. Thank you so much all for your time and for your patience to listen to me through all this time. I'd like to now hand over the stage to our presiding officer, DTM Saurav Datta. Over to you, DTM Saurav Datta.
Zoom chat links, put it on the Zoom chat. There's a link on the WhatsApp group. Put it on the Zoom chat. Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chaitra. That was our Toastmaster of the day. Again, a wonderful meeting, some very good quality speeches, some effective evaluations. We had some guests. So why don't we start with taking your feedback? While you've got also a link that's come in into the group, and Harshal, it's okay if you can't vote today, but please come on stage. Yeah, we would want to listen to you. Your feedback on the meeting. What did you like or did not like about the meeting?
I would like to say one thing. Before I used to always think, whenever whatever the content great speakers bring, how do they bring that creativity? When I entered the room, I felt in the environment, when in this environment created the thoughts in my mind. Okay, so I would say the environment was really good. Automatically thoughts are coming to mind what I should say. So that was the one thing I really like. Apart from that, the sarcasm everyone had in their speeches, that is something I loved. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So that was Harshal, our guest. We also have a couple of guests online, right? Nisha Bharti, Hima Yadav. Are you still there? Can we get to hear your feedback? Hima is there. Hima, possible for you to share your feedback if you're available to speak?
Yeah, hi. I'm traveling,
Hi.
so maybe I cannot video on. Just thank you so much for this session. It was very insightful, and we had a lot of learning. Yeah, I've attended a couple of sessions, and after a long time again, I'm back, which is very interesting, and yeah, a lot of learning. So thank you so much for this session.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Hema, for joining us. Even though you're traveling, you still got some time, and we were able to keep you engaged for 2 hours. I think, that gives us good pleasure. Okay, Vidhi Kanal, our newest member. Vidhi is there in the meeting. Vidhi, I know you have joined us as a guest, and now today you are here as a member. So, would want to hear your thoughts on the meeting. What did you feel about it? What did we do well? What can we do better?
Yes, thank you, Saurabh, for giving me this opportunity. So, first I'll talk about the good parts of the meeting. So, I feel that the topic of the day that was chosen by the team mod was really interesting, and it resonates with all of us because it is a very currently hot topic that's going on everywhere. That is a good thing. Then, other than that, I feel like because I've also attended a couple of sessions in another Toastmasters club, I feel compared to that club over here, um, we don't operate in a highly structured manner. I feel like, especially the role players' speech, like whatever they have to say, it's not extremely structured. So you have some flexibility to bring out your own creativity. So I feel like that is a really that's a really good thing. What I miss, or what I feel like is missing, or we can do better, is that I feel like there should be more enthusiasm that can be created every time there is a speaker that comes on the stage in whatever capacity. We all must applaud once he or she is done speaking, so that really would uplift the confidence of the speaker. And other than that, I think everything else is really good. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Vidhi. I totally agree with you. I think we need some more enthusiasm. We are giving some deep thoughts, how we structure these meetings. And sometimes I feel that we can probably push the entire thing to online, or do we continue with this format? Do we have more people here? But every time I get this thought of, whether we should move this meeting online because it's better, easier for us to manage. See, when it comes to online meetings, no one does it better than the Gabbys. If you go to the Tuesday meetings, you will understand everything goes like clockwork. The problem with hybrid meetings is the logistics, there is challenge, there is participation, online audience, in-person audience, mic setup, this, that, and all that. We get a bit worked out, right? But every time I think about it, an Ashwin happens or a Basavraj happens, and I see their passion on the stage, and I was like, let's do it. Let's continue. Let's continue with all the glitches. Let us continue to come in person. Okay, I know we are not having the perfect meetings. I know the enthusiasm is a little low. We'll build it. But let's keep doing, because, I see the passion that they bring here. When Ashwin took the stage, or Basavaraj took the stage, I could see the excitement. And, for anything in this world, I don't want to get rid of that. So, great suggestion. We will be working on this, but let's all remember that the enthusiasm comes from all of us. So maybe as a start, all of you, please unmute yourself and give a big round of applause for the wonderful suggestions and feedbacks we receive from all our guests and members, including people online. Just check if your unmute button is working or not. Come on, that's your time. Yeah, lovely. See, all of you are using office laptops. Give you a chance to check if the unmute button is working. If not, you can ask a new laptop, right? So there's always that chance. Great. Okay, with this, we are going to now move on to the results. I think the results are in. So let me announce the results for today's meeting. Yes, the results are in. So I'll stop accepting the responses. So these are the final results. So the best auxiliary role taker for today from the TEL team is Toastmaster Pushpak Mishra, a language evaluator. Congratulations, Pushpak. Great job as a language evaluator. Okay, next comes, by the way, Nancy is not happy that you did not read out my recommendations. So why did you spare me? Yeah, so, okay, she's not there, but others are there, yeah. So next is the best role taker for, this is exciting because the best role taker for today is a first time role taker. And that is our general evaluator, Toastmaster Indrapal Chadda. Congratulations, Indrapal. Great job as a GE. The best table topic speaker. Okay, I actually floated this before the timer report came in. So we'll go with this. So it's a tie between our newest member, Toastmaster Vidhi Kanal, and our soon-to-be Toastmaster, Toastmaster Harshal. Please come
Thank
on
you so
stage.
much.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Vidhi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Saurabh. Thank you,
This is Harshal,
everyone.
yeah. And finally, the best evaluator, yours truly. Thank you. And with this, I would want to adjourn the meeting number 268 of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. See you on Tuesday. And the division contest is coming up on 19th of April. This is a Saturday. That day, probably we will not have our meeting, but I would want all of you to block your calendars. The division contest is where people who win at the club level, they go to the area level. People who win at the area level go to the division level. This is, consider this for all practical purpose, the semi-finals of some of the contests and pre-quarterfinals for some of the other contests, right? So please don't miss this. Block your calendars. The invite will be coming very soon. You'll get to hear some of the fantastic speakers of District 92, Division B. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.